We painted the whole house, and without getting a drop of paint on anything but the flappin' flotsam, what's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel today, and we're back from the Walking Dead video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be discussing cut content in episode 4, but one specific thing of cut content in episode 4. If you guys want me to do an entire cut content video for episode 4, I can get as much information as I can. We'll try to do that. But this cut content video is discussing an early version of the game where Tennessee would have been directly responsible for Clementine getting bitten and how that would have played out. And again, this is from Kent Muddle's Tumblr, and this was an actual thing. This is not made up. This was actually a thing that was cut from the game that was originally going to happen. So let me know what you guys think of this down below in the comments. There's a lot to discuss here, and there's even more. Again, we'll probably go through another cut content video just talking about all the cut content in general in episode 4 and, you know, so on and so forth. But this is crazy. We're gonna go through this entire thing right now, but if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smack a like that sub if you're new, and hope you guys enjoy. So this directly comes from Kent Muddle's Tumblr. I'll throw a link to this down below in the description. Were Lewis and Violet always intended to potentially die on the bridge in the finale, saving Tenn? So I can speak a little about Prado 404, meaning season 4, episode 4. Because the outcome of the bridge scene was one of the bigger changes once we realized the episode needed far more dire consequences to your AJ-related choices. In the very early version of the episode, so this is probably maybe when Telltale was around, or maybe a little after Skybound took over, Tenn was directly responsible for Clementine getting bit. Hold up. Wait a second. What? Tennessee? Man, people already hated Tenn enough after what he did in episode 4, Trusting Minerva. My God, you can't imagine a bigger snake. I mean, people might have hated Tenn more than Minerva if this had happened. Instead of freezing on the bridge, he climbed up the cliff with Clem and AJ, and while reaching down for a horrified and slowed Tenn, traumatized by Minnie's death, Clem got herself bitten. Wow. Now, the big part, another part I'm going to talk about when we go through the cut content in episode 4 in general, was just Lewis and Violet. Lewis and Violet in the original version, whoever you had, Lewis/Violet, were intended to survive no matter what. So, Violet and Lewis always survived the bridge and got away over the fence like they can in the final version. AJ then reacted differently depending on your cave choices, either swallowing his anger and helping Tenn up, or jumping on him and punching him in a fury for getting Clem bit. Wow, could you imagine if this had happened? I mean, still, what happened in episode 4 was crazy, but this might even been like, wow, could you imagine just the anger everybody would have had? Then, when they arrive at the barn before getting inside, Tenn, if AJ attacked him, depending on your choices, tries to kill Clem with the axe. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? He tries to damn kill. Yes, this was actually a thing. Tennessee. That would have been almost worse than damn Arvo. My God. Tried to kill Clem. Oh my goodness. And then he argued she was gonna turn like Minnie and we can't be trapped in there with her. AJ smacks the shit out of Tenn and uses his gun to make Tenn run past the barn, telling him to draw as many walkers as possible. If this happened, Tenn survived and showed up at the shack scene later for a very tense reunion with AJ. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this version would have been something crazy. Man, but they wanted to have a little more impact. Well, holy moly. If AJ was forgiving towards Tenn, he went into the barn with Clem and AJ, causing you to kill more walkers on the way, and in a crucial moment, threw himself outside the barn doors so AJ could close them, getting a heroic sacrifice. Walker Tenn showed up at the shack later. So, if you were nice to Tenn, he could have done a sacrifice. And that would have been, you could have either had a Tenn that you completely hated the living hell out of, or you could have had a Tenn that was, you know, a savior in a way. Saving, you know, Clementine and AJ, giving them more time to get the barn doors closed. So that is really interesting. And he said the problem with this was that AJ's biggest choice didn't feel like a big enough deal, as it only determined the fate of Tenn, and him living was only a feel-bad thing as a lie. you thought he got Clem killed when he appeared at the shack, but you just didn't know yet that Clem was still alive. So yes, and if you forgive him at the shack, it was a pretty perfect ending, which was too easy and out for the player. Adding the fates of Lewis and Violet into Tenn's was the right amount of no right choice the whole situation needed. So this entire version would have been something wow. I mean, I think I might have preferred this. I mean, even though, you know, they had to make the choice a little more impactful with Lewis and Violet, I still would have thought, man, could you imagine this happening? So this entire damn sequence, wow. Could you imagine if this had happened, guys? Just the entire, I would have just been mind-effed. There's no explanation. I mean, I was mad at Tenn, but this would have been another level. This would have brought Tenn's character to even another level that I thought. But they thought, you know, having Lewis and Violet involved would have made it a little more impactful, and I definitely agree with that. But I think I might have preferred this version because even though we don't have the Lewis and Violet part, having Tenn be that much of an importance to Clementine and all that would just have completely, like, made me even more shocked. And you guys saw my reaction episode where, you know, I was, you know, livid. So this is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I will be, if you guys really want more cut content stuff, let's try to hit 1,000 likes on this video. If you guys really want to see more stuff related to this, I definitely want to do some more stuff because there's a lot of stuff that I can actually get to here. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
This time of year, if I could, I would drive out to see you. Things are finally looking up for me this time.